Are you in your 40s and 50s and feeling anxious about debt as retirement approaches? If so, you're not alone. One study found 71% of retirees were still carrying debt after they stopped working. But here's the good news. It's not too late to become debt-free by the age of 60. Imagine entering your golden years with zero credit card balances, no car payments, and maybe your home paid off. In this video, we'll cover 5 practical steps to eliminate debt before retirement. We'll talk about facing your finances head on, making a solid plan, cutting expenses, and tackling credit cards and loans, and also boosting your income. Let's jump in with step number 1. It's time to get honest about your debt. The first step to becoming debt-free is to get a clear picture of what you owe. It might be scary, but lay it all out. Credit card balances, the mortgage, car loans, medical bills, even that store card you forgot about. Write down each debt, the balance, the interest rate, and the minimum payment. Seeing the total can be intimidating for sure, but this is the starting point, your debt map. For example, Jane, who is 52 years old, avoided checking her credit card statements for years. When she finally sat down and calculated, she realized she had $20,000 spread across 5 cards. It was a wake-up call, but also a motivator. Now she has a target to beat. By facing the numbers, you take control of the situation instead of debt controlling you. Along with facing the facts, commit to no new debt from this day forward. Think of it like sealing the leak before you start draining out the water. Stop using credit for non-essentials. Put the credit cards away or even literally cut them up if you need to. Credit card debt is often public enemy number 1 for soon-to-be retirees. Switch to a debit card or cash for daily spending to avoid racking up any new charges. This way, every payment you make is chipping away at the mountain instead of adding to it. Facing your numbers can be tough love, but it lays out the groundwork for the steps to come. Step 2 is to create a debt payoff plan. Now that you know what you owe, it's time to attack it with a plan. Start by setting a realistic budget that covers your needs, cuts out some of the wants, and frees up cash to pay down debt. Your budget is your roadmap. It tells you where your money will go each month. Within that budget, decide on a debt payoff strategy. 2 popular methods are the debt avalanche and the debt snowball. The avalanche method lists all of your debts by interest rate, from highest to lowest. Focus on knocking out the high interest rate debt first. Often this will be a credit card. Most credit cards are around 24% interest these days, which can be a huge fortune in the long run. Pay as much as you can toward that top interest debt while paying minimums on the others. Once the highest interest rate balance is paid off, move to the next one. This method saves you the most money on interest, meaning you'll get out of debt faster and cheaper. There's also the snowball method, where you list your debts by the balance, from smallest balance to the largest. Attack the smallest debt first, regardless of interest rate. Throw every extra dollar at it until it's gone, while you're still meeting the minimums on the rest. Wiping out a smaller debt gives you a quick win, a psychological boost, then take the payment you were putting toward that debt and roll it into the next smallest, and so on. Like a snowball gaining size and momentum, your payment amount grows as you eliminate each balance. This method is great for motivation and helps you stick with a plan. It's important to choose the approach that motivates you the most. There's no one-size-fits-all. Some people prefer the math-based avalanche method, where others just need a morale boost of the snowball method. I prefer the snowball method. It gives you the ability to pay off something and feel like you've accomplished something. Either way, stick to the plan. Let's say you have 3 credit cards with balances of $500, $3,000, and $7,000. With the snowball method, you'd crush that $500 first, maybe in a month or 2. Feel accomplished, and then start tackling the $3,000 one next. With the avalanche method, if the $7,000 card has the highest interest rate, you'd focus there first. Both methods work as long as you keep going. Mark your milestones and celebrate your progress along the way. And consider automating payments on your debts. If you schedule that extra $100 to your credit card every payday, you won't be tempted to spend it elsewhere. Finally, as part of your plan, build a tiny cushion for emergencies if you can. Even 1 month's income set aside for surprises. That emergency fund will prevent life's curveballs like a car repair or medical bill from knocking you off your debt payoff plan. Now that you have a strategy, let's free up more money to fuel it. Step 3 is slashing expenses and downsizing. With a plan in place, the next step is to find extra money to throw at your debt. meaning cutting costs and possibly making some lifestyle changes. Start by combing through your budget for any fat to trim. Do you have extra subscriptions or memberships that you barely use or probably shouldn't be paying for? Are you overspending on dining out or cable packages or the latest gadgets? For example, one couple in their 50s realized they were spending over $200 a month on cable and streaming services. They cut the cord, started saving $150 a month, which went straight to their credit card payments. Little changes like this can add up. Cancel or downgrade services, negotiate bills like your phone or your insurance, and adopt a frugal habit like cooking at home more often. Every dollar you free up is a soldier in your debt payoff army. Beyond the small stuff, look at the big expenses. Housing and transportation are often the largest for most people. This is where downsizing can make a huge difference. If you're an empty nester with more of a house than you need, consider moving into a smaller, cheaper home. Many people nearing retirement choose to sell their home and buy a smaller, less expensive one with those proceeds. The profit from selling your large home might wipe out your remaining mortgage and other debts all in one go. Plus, a smaller home can mean smaller mortgage, lower property taxes, and less money spent on utilities and maintenance. For instance, imagine selling a 4-bedroom house for a tidy sum, paying off the mortgage, and using what's left to purchase a cozy 2-bedroom condo. You eliminate the hefty monthly payment and maybe even stash some money away for retirement. Downsizing isn't easy emotionally. There's nostalgia and attachment, but the trade-off is financial freedom. Now about that car in your driveway. Ask yourself if you really need the same vehicles heading into retirement. If it's just you and your spouse now, one reliable car might handle your daily needs. Selling a second car can not only bring in extra cash, but it can help pay off loans, insurance, and reducing maintenance every year. Savings you can redirect to debt payments that you currently have. Even with one car, look at your auto situation. Are you driving an expensive car with a big loan? Perhaps you can refinance for a lower rate, or better yet, trade it in for a more affordable used car you can pay off quicker. Remember, a car's purpose is to get from A to B safely. It doesn't need to be brand new in your final working years. Managing car loans might mean paying an extra little bit each month to finish the loan early and deciding not to take on a new car payment once this one is gone. The goal is to enter retirement car payment free. Cutting expenses can feel like a sacrifice at first, but try reframing it. Every dollar you cut from something you won't even miss is a dollar earned for your future freedom. Think about it like clearing out clutter. You're simplifying your spending just as you might declutter your house. In fact, decluttering could even make you more money, which brings us to step number 4. You need to increase your income. This can be the difference maker, in my opinion. We've tackled the expense side, now let's talk about bringing in more money. Boosting your income in your late 40s and 50s can significantly accelerate your debt payoff. You don't necessarily need to start a second full-time job. Even a little extra cash here and there makes a big dent. Imagine throwing an extra $500 at your credit card bill. That's months of payments saved in interest. Here are some ideas to consider. Side jobs or gigs. Think about flexible ways to earn on the side. Perhaps you can consult or freelance in your industry a few hours a week, or tap into the gig economy. People of all ages are driving for rideshare services, delivery services, delivering groceries, or walking dogs. Maybe you love pets. You could start pet sitting or dog walking in your neighborhood for extra dollars. One 58-year-old I know walks dogs for busy professionals and earns about $300 or more per month doing what she loves. I created a video on the top 5 side hustles for people over 50. I'll put the link in the description down below if you want to take a look at that. You can also monetize your hobbies or your skills. Do you have a hobby or skill that could bring in extra income? Many folks do, and often they don't realize it. Are you handy with woodworking or crafts or art? Try selling those creations online or at local fairs. Maybe you're good at playing an instrument or speaking as a second language. Consider teaching or tutoring a couple evenings a week. If you love baking, maybe sell your famous cookies during the holidays. These passion projects might not make you rich, but they can generate extra found money to throw at that debt. Remember the decluttering we mentioned earlier? Well, it's time to cash in on it. Hold a garage sale or sell items online. Time to sell this unused stuff. Over the years, we accumulate a lot of things like tools, electronics, furniture, collectibles that we no longer need or use. One couple nearing retirement made an extra $1,000 in a summer by methodically selling off things in their attic and their garage. That's an extra $1,000 towards debt. It not only helps financially, but downsizing your stuff can mentally prepare you for possibly downsizing your space as well. You can also leverage your home carefully. If you have extra space, you could rent out a room to a tenant or even list it on Airbnb for short stays. Some empty nesters take in college students or young professionals as a boarder. The idea of a stranger in your home isn't for everyone. It's not for me, but it can be a way to turn empty space into cash. Alternatively, you could rent out your garage or driveway for storage or for parking if you live in a busy city. Be creative in finding opportunities. Now let's talk about delaying retirement. This one's big and personal, but consider this. If you're, say, 57 and can work another 5 to 10 years past age 60, that's extra earning time with hopefully minimal debt by then. That could wipe out any remaining balances. Even part-time work or consulting after your official retirement can ensure you don't draw down savings to pay down debts. It's not the path for everyone, but it's an option just to keep in mind. The key to increasing income is to channel every extra penny towards debt. It can be tempting to use side gig money as fun money, but remember your goal. Treat your debt payoff like a mission. Some folks even temporarily downshift their leisure while side hustling. For example, picking up a weekend job by cutting back on pricey entertainment. It's a temporary grind that can dramatically improve your long-term peace. As you see those balances start falling faster and faster, you'll know that extra effort is being worth it. Step 5, stay motivated and debt-free. The journey to debt freedom can be a few years long or more, and staying motivated is crucial. It's normal to feel tired and discouraged along the way. After all, you're likely making sacrifices and saying no to things you want. Here's how to stay on track. First, visualize your debt-free future. Picture yourself at age 60 with no more credit card bills, no mortgage, no loan statements. How light would that make you feel? Maybe you're sitting in your downsized home, sipping coffee and knowing your paycheck and soon your retirement income is all yours. Keep that vision in mind whenever your motivation dips a little bit. Some people even create a visual tracker, like a chart on a fridge, coloring down the debt, or a paper chain where each link is $1,000 of debt and you remove those links as you pay them off. Do whatever keeps you engaged and make it a game. Ultimately, it's going to pay off. Secondly, it's okay to celebrate milestones in a budget-friendly manner, like paying off a credit card. Treat yourself to a nice dinner at home or a day off to relax, something that doesn't undo your progress financially but gives you a reward. These moments of celebration acknowledge your hard work and keep you excited for the next milestone. Importantly, avoid slipping back into old habits. As you pay off debts, it can be tempting to loosen that belt. Hey, I freed up $300 a month, now I can go get that SUV. Well, hold on. Remember, step 1, you promised no new debt. Avoid the trap of rewarding yourself with something that puts you back in the red. By all means, reward yourself, but with experiences or purchases you can afford with cash. And keep those credit cards on ice unless you're confident you can pay them in full each month. Also maintain that emergency fund we talked about. Life will still happen, cars will break down, roofs will leak, health issues will arise. An emergency fund and growing it as you eliminate debt is your safety net so you don't have to fall back into debt when life's unexpected changes happen. Even as little as 1 month's expenses saved can prevent a big setback. As you become debt-free, ideally grow this amount to 3 to 6 months of expenses to truly safeguard your retirement. If you find your motivation waning, reconnect with why you're doing this. Maybe you want less stress, or to leave a legacy for your kids, or simply to enjoy retirement without financial worry. Remind yourself of your why regularly. Some folks put a note on their mirror or post a picture of a dream retirement spot on their fridge, whatever speaks to you. Lastly, know that every step forward counts, no matter your age. If you're 50 and still have $50,000 in debt or more, don't think I'll never make it. Think, what can I do today to cut down on that amount? It could be as simple as making an extra $20 payment or saying no to a purchase. Those actions build up, and even if you can't clear all debt by age 60, every dollar less in debt by then is a win. It gives you more breathing room in retirement. You're far better off owing $5,000 than owing $50,000 when you retire. And if you follow these steps, you might just owe zero. There you have it, 5 steps to help you become debt-free by 60. It won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. By facing your finances honestly, planning strategically, living below your means, and hustling a little bit on the side, you can rewrite your financial story. Remember, age 60 is not the cutoff for dreams. It's just a goal. Every debt you pay off brings you closer to retirement, where your money is truly yours. No matter if you're 45 or 55 or somewhere in between, you have the power to change your financial future. So start now with step number 1, pull out those statements and start facing the numbers with honesty. Your debt-free retirement journey begins today. It's never too late to control and achieve the freedom you deserve. If you want more ideas on how to make extra income to pay off your debt quicker, then I'd recommend watching this video where I break down the top 5 side hustles for those over 50. Good luck and thanks for watching. Feel free to hit subscribe, like, leave a comment down below. Have a great day.